There we go. Music was kind of low. Hi. Good morning. Fantasy first as usual. Most of the time. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody? We've got our tea. We've got our maracas ready to go. The cats are fed. One is still eating. Okay, music is a bit loud. Good morning, Fantasy. How are you doing? It's pretty quiet today, although I am starting kind of early. I was a little bit fast this morning. I was already awake. I didn't have to roll out of bed this time. So it's fair that a few people might be late because I'm much earlier than normal. We're working on the chibi again today, and I did the merge with Necromancer's painting. So we went from this, and then I had done this one the other night, and then we merged them down to that. So basically, I just took the nose from the newest version, and now I'm just doing color pass on the skin to fix it up because it was looking a bit gray. And then just gotta finalize the jewelry, and this piece will be done. Everything else is good. So just the jewelry left, and just fixing the skin tone a little. Fantasy is the only one that's here. I saw Necromancer before. Aww. That's unfortunate. It's really hard for small businesses to keep going in this economy. And then people wonder why there's only mass-produced, like, shitty goods left. It's kind of like YouTube is the only option for, like, long-form video, and then everybody wonders why that YouTube has so many ads. It's because they don't have competition. And then the user experience is garbage. I hate using YouTube for live streaming. If people stream there, like, I just simply won't subscribe because their interaction really, really sucks. You can't reply to people in chat. You have to just like type out their name and at them if you wanna say something. So you can't have like a reply thread going, and like their emote selection is garbage. And it's clunky and impossible to use. Yeah, everything about YouTube live streaming is just bleh. Which is why I don't use it. Let's summon Classy. I am, like, full gremlin energy this morning. Despite the fact that I did not sleep well. Okay. The music feels a little bit too loud again. Maybe it's because my volume's so freaking high. Like, wow, I can hear the ocean waves really well today. Yeah, it helps if my volume's not on 70%. Tesla! Hi! Oh. It was a huge business, and so many loved it. We're sad about it. Another shop that makes great glass also closed. I think it's a shame because it survived both world wars, and now it's closed because people can't afford unique things made in Norway. Everything's been replaced with mass-produced crap. Yep. Now, did they close because they didn't have somebody to take over? Or did they close because of the economy? That's the question. Because if they survived both world wars, that's pretty impressive. And I think it's, you know, I would not be surprised if they had trouble finding someone to take over the business in this day and age, because everybody just wants to do something more. Personally, I would love to make candles and glassware and raise bees, and I don't need new shiny things all the time. Okay, so it was the economy. That's unfortunate. I have to let Tesla out. Necromancer, good morning! A nugget. We're just releasing Tesla and putting away his bowl. Hi, girls. Revy, you alright, mate? I haven't done the kibble throw in a while. Whenever Tesla has a lot of kibbles left over, sometimes I'll take 3 and throw 1 for each of the other 3 cats and make them run across the apartment for it. It's been a while since I've done that, so they weren't expecting it. And when they heard the kibble hit the floor, they were like, it was great fun. How you doing this morning, Necromancer? If you're still here. It's really quiet today. Classy's just hiding out. Necromancer's gone again. Neff has appeared. I guess the users in chat thing is not working very well today. Good morning, Neff! With stretch! Camera doesn't know what to do! Morning, Streech! Oh, God! That one just beamed me in the head. That about hit my horn bounce right off. Let the kibble hit the floor, let the kibble hit the floor, let the kibble hit the floor! Yep. Oh, God. Hello. Hello, Pastel Jules
is visiting the island.
You caught me being a gremlin. Hi. Thanks for visiting. I hope you enjoy your time here. We do art. We chat. People throw things at me, usually emotes and soda cans. I am full of energy today, a little bit more than usual. Excellent. Perfect. Wait till somebody redeems a hydrate. I'm just waiting for people to filter in. Oh, I see how it is. Thank you. I will have a sip of tea in your honor. I've updated your painting, Necromancer. We've got the nose right now. Now it's just doing a color pass and the jewelry for you, and the painting will be done. Yep, those have been there the whole time. On a secret layer. I need to fix the ear. I don't know why, but the white face emoji things, they scare me. They're kind of terrifying. I don't know what they are. Yeah, secret layer. That has more than one meaning. English. Home. I'm in the middle of drinking tea. I'm finishing my toast. My secret toast. Alright, it's Maraca time. It's Maraca time. If you have medication, make sure you take it on time. Stream helps me to stay on task. Whoa, what was that? Goodness. Avatar did something weird there. But yes, today's work, we're working more on chibis. I did a little bit more work on Lagoon. Want to raw dog the day? Oh, man. That's on you, buddy. I did something to Lagoon's eye here. I need to fix it. Okay, I hate the pupils. Let's just get rid of them. We'll paint those in later. Let's do... dinosaurs! And one Miai Brach that didn't work because... the fantasy is... no longer subscribed. I guess your subscribble ended. Why did it work in the chat thing, but not in the like sidebar chat in OBS? That's kind of weird. Technology. Oh, little dancing dinosaurs. They're just so freaking cute. So yeah, we made some adjustments. I stretched out this and now all the lines are weird. Dancing dinosaurs! Dancing dinosaurs! Necromancer!
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest.
The
Welcome Silver
everlasting
1754 to the island.
Necromancer's just running an eternal party at the end. Thank you, Necromancer. Ah! Remotes! Meow Meow is just so adorable that you just want to just shove your face into his belly and be like, ah, kitten fur! I think one of the cats just ran into the door frame of the bathroom. Just like head first, like bonk. These silly little guys. Alright. I hear kittens screaming. A party parrot! The avatar doesn't have enough movement. I hear kittens screaming. It's like, are you two fighting? We're having a cat battle in the hallway. Okay, it's just standard cat blattle. One standard cat blattle, it's fine. We're back to work. Otherwise I'll never get this done. This was the March piece. I think the having to redo all of my lines just killed me with this one. My brain just went, nah. I really need to animate that emote. Just an animated me bridge. Should be relatively simple, right? Nah, bruh. Okay, first of all, brush too thick. There we go. It was too thick. I'm just gonna wait for that one to sink in. Sneaks 2 dead bodies into the army. Fantasy. What did you do? Or rather, who made you Angie? Fantasy has slain someone. It's the quiet ones you gotta watch out for. Ooh, thank you. I need a few more for a while. I want to ask where you found these. But I'm asking! They didn't like cats and that's a crime. Okay, fair enough. I will let that one pass. Disliking cats is indeed a crime. Alex doesn't like cats either. I guess we can't be friends. Peace was never an option. I like my little slices of hell wrapped in fur. They're fuzzy. Rivy's just screaming at the universe. I don't know if that was heard, but he's just like, "Rah!" And my blinds are flapping around. Let's open those a little bit. One of them was the captain of an ad ship? ADD ship? I think something's lost in translation there for me. Jeez, I opened the blinds and they're still doing the thing. It is grey and windy today. Bewölkt and windig. Well, I guess be und. Cloudy and windy. base layer. Flip the canvas around. Oh, ad. It's just a regular advertisement, okay. May your enemies cower in fear and your vengeance be slow and torturous. Cheers. My chat is full of evil. It's such a wonderful thing. Okay, what layer is this on? Ah, that layer. Clean up these little bits that I painted over the edge here. Just a little bit. It's not quite so messy. Drake's body's out of sight, muttering, "Ooh, my lovelies." Hello, Ross. Necromancer and fantasy are being their usual evil, chaotic selves. This little back wavy bit is wrong. Hello? That would be why. Means I have to go in and erase some lines. Yep. Yep, it's quite wrong. Indeed, very wrong. The wrong trousers, Gromit. And they've gone wrong. Stop them, Gromit. Stop them. There, that's better. It's a little bit weird to have it directly behind. And also, right here too. Means this is wrong as well. little honks going on down there. It's kind of weird. So, the people are just aggravated enough to use their horn. But not enough to, like, really lay on it. And then they're just having a small argument like, beep, burp, beep. So, what even? Let me go back up to here. Grab this really nice color. Name our layers properly. That's fine. How's everybody holding up? I woke up another day, so that's a start. That's a good start. It's always a good start. To have one is a good start. It was such a nice, like, rich reddish brown that I found just completely by accident. I just use it as little accents. I'm gonna go here. Ooh, there goes one of my little hearing bits. Still high-pitched. Why am I doing that the long way? It's not quite the right color. Not my first choice. These are just little, like, forearm guards. They don't do much. They're more aesthetics than anything else. Yeah, I'll leave it that color for now. This color, though, I wanted. Yum. Just little accents make all the difference. As for me, I'm trying to get started on some stuff, doing varying results so far. Well, good luck with that. I wish you luck in getting all of the things done that you need to get done. Sometimes getting started is the hardest part. Thought a cat was playing with something it shouldn't be playing with. It was just the wind. Unless I have become Skyrim guard. For me, ADHD seems to be the thing that held me back the longest with most of my problems. I had a lot of trouble getting started on things, not so much anymore. But definitely before I started taking medication for it, I had so much trouble just getting going on a project. And of course my interest will switch a lot. So I'll lose like a hyperfixation on something and I'll switch to another, and that makes it really difficult, especially when you have like a bazillion hobbies. And I finally decided to settle on doing this. And so I make sure I show up for this every day. And it keeps me on task. I hate everything about this arm, by the way. Things deviated from my original sketch. And it has affected how parts interact. For one, the armor plate is too small. Elbow is too sharp. It's at the wrong angle. What we're gonna do is gonna take a nice big eraser and not be afraid to change our work here. A whole obsession and hyper-focusing can be an issue when, at least in my case, I'm hung up over something. Try as I may to not let that be a case. Yep. It can be difficult. Part of the problem we're having here is we've got this nice stiff object, which is the arm guard, following a soft-bodied object, which is the arm, at an angle that's a weird twist. So, do this. We've got our hand. It's on a separate layer, don't worry. We've got our shoulder up here. I'm just trying to hold my own arm in that position and think about how that's gonna look. Because I've got the whole forearm. Thumb back here. Hand is a little bit wrong. I'm gonna come back in here and erase this. I was trying to keep Lagoon's body posture a little bit closed. Oh, there's the butt. The nice stream boo. Such as how I feel about the merman transformation body horror story, to such an extent I felt like at least the poor guy who was turned into a merman deserved some means of closure after everything there. So just need to be more specific. Things would go a lot faster. My channels. Look, as a writer, I understand wanting to add context and maybe a little bit of extra prose. I get it. The kittens are hyper. Alright, this arm causing some problems. First of all, the wrap sleeve. How to resolve this. the little ties are more or less correct. And I have to fix everything behind it too. Rip. Zoom, zoom, zoomies. Yep. Try that again. Put names so I can actually truncate things. Story name. It's so weird in my 18th year. Recalled by the viewpoint of an adult by the name of Jiho about his friend Colby. Both in high school. Colby was the best in swimming, with G a close second. During spring break and shortly before Colby's 18th birthday, his parents took him and his friends Jiho included to Hawaii, but during this time between Colby's strange dreams and getting a scholarship to school, other than where G is going, G himself felt a bit betrayed. He may also have been in love but was unable to express it right. And one night in a group, Colby splits off and was on to the beach alone, with Jiho following, and that's when Colby underwent a horrific transformation, with Colby screaming for help and Jiho the whole time hidden from sight. Not acting out any due to conflicting feelings, Colby fully transformed, feeling defeated, swims off, and that was the last time G saw him. Huh. That sounds like an interesting story. As someone that also writes, I say my advice is to not get too attached to the characters. Don't let your story control you. Because otherwise, it might not get done, and that would be a shame. Oh, so the original story is written by someone else? Okay, okay. I was very confused. I thought you had written that. This arm is driving me crazy. Alright, let's turn off that nonsense. Oops. River is doing cat things. How do I fail to say that? I assumed that's how. Yeah, assumptions. Jan Star, it's so weird. My 18th year was written by Triple 16 with illustrations by Bradley Fox. Okay. Interesting. So it just ended just like that. Guy turns into a mer and then he swims off and that's the end of the story. That's sad. Lacks resolution. It's like, oh, my friend turned into a mermaid. Suffered horrific trauma. Guess that's the end of it. I won't report this to anyone. That's weird. Four more horses to make for a D&D game. Imagine just making horses. You're a miracle worker, Fantasy. Trying to do this weird, loose, baggy sleeve thing. Really difficult. Train. Train's very loud today. So is traffic. Jeebus. Oh yeah, I'm trying it right. In some ways it's clever. The angle of the two friends reuniting, but I want it to be earned. Yeah. That is completely fair. I think one of the problems is I'm trying to put the end too high up on the elbow. I guess maybe you wouldn't even see it. Let's try that. Finish coloring that in. Just loose and vague. That's a bit better. It's not quite right, but it's better than it was. Ugh. The width of this arm plate is still wrong here. Well, most paramedics have some sort of issues. I mean, they see horrible things every day, all day long. I'm not surprised. The trains are very loud today. Hey! Thanks, Fantasy. For the hydrate. And the heart attack. I was concentrating quite hard. Ribby? What are you doing, buddy? He knows his name. Why is there so much noise? Oh my god! It's like every noisy vehicle in the world just wants to go by today. Good lord. It's like a fucking tractor out there or something. Tractor, dump truck. What's next? A helicopter? Crikey. There's no peace. If I had money, I would live someplace much quieter. Much more quiet. Yes. Please tell me you heard that. You heard the weird meows? That was Tesla. The rare Tesla meeps. Or rather, like, morp. Hold on, let me go get the nugget. Where are you hiding, Tesla? I have the snugget. I return with the snugget. Here's a soft, tiny baby. Hi, Beans. Abuse! Hello! You made an art Insta. Nice. I still don't know how to use Instagram. Tesla, you would need a trim because you have tiny knives. You can help with that? I do need a way to get my art out there more. Sorry. I have a kitten and I'm going to trim him right here. Because he's got tiny knives. Get that mega claw trimmed. Media manager time, nice. Yeah, I'm bad at the social medias. All right, Nugget. Let's get this mega claw of yours. Yeah, I know you hate it when I trim them, but they have to be trimmed, buddy. Because I gotta get all that extra bit that hangs out between them when your claws shed. What I need is like a nail file for this cat. Don't bite me. I understand. It hurts, buddy. I know. Probably feels mega weird having your fingernails grow together. There we go. A whole bunch of claw bits stuck in between. The claws separate at the very end. Does that feel better, buddy? I bet that feels so much better. Cute cuddly murder machines, and Tesla is the tiniest murder machine. He's like a chihuahua, you know. He's small and angry. Do you feel better now that you've got all that extra claw bit out from between your mega claw? Yeah? I bet you that was putting a lot of pressure on you. Oh. Yeah, so imagine two of your fingernails, well, like two of your fingers, the bones have like fused together. And right up to the tips of your fingers, and then your fingernails grow out, and they, if you don't trim them right, you'll get like these extra bits of fingernail like stuck between the two of them, and eventually keeps growing and growing and pushing out between the two bones that have fused, slowly splitting your fingers apart even though they can't be separated. That's what my cat experiences. No. He's so relieved right now. I've got him cradled in my arms. There's a cat breaking shit in my bathroom again. And I'm giving him little head scritches, and he's just like, oh yeah. Bobbins, my little beans. Do you feel better now? He's been kind of feeling a bit crusty for a couple of days, and I think it was the issue with his claw. Yeah, oh. He's making that face of, I am so content right now. Just the absolute paragon of relief. Yeah. I have a disabled cat, and he'll sometimes sit there and he'll just lift one paw off the ground because it hurts to put his paws down. I suspect he also has pretty bad arthritis because of it. But he has dwarfism and syndactyly. He is definitely disabled. But he lives his best kitten life. At 9 years old. Yeah. Or is it 8.5? I think it's 8.5. Don't mind them, Tesla. They're just having an engineering dispute. Hey, baby. Let me get your eye goop before you go. Give him a little wiggle. Little wiggle. Another kissy? Yay, got a kissy. There you go, nuggies. Do you feel better? He looks like he feels better. Yeah, Waffles. Yeah, he feels better. He's putting his foot down properly now too. Yeah, you have to trim him very carefully because his quick it's that little bit of flesh inside the claws, is also fused. And so it grows out underneath his claw too. So if you trim him wrong, you can really hurt him quite badly. So you have to be very, very careful with him. I have been nommed a couple of times when I got a little bit too close, trimmed him just the wrong way. Yeah, other cats, no problem. I can trim any cat in existence now after owning Tesla. I used to, like, be afraid of picking cats up, and then my roommate got a cat, Atlas, and he didn't like being trimmed, and so I just trimmed him. Because I was like, you know what, you got knives in your hand. So I need those knives to be gone. It's not that he clawed anyone or anything, but, you know, when he started making biscuits, and he would, like, make biscuits on you, it would kind of hurt. So I just got used to trimming cats. And then I got Tesla 2 years later. And he was definitely a learning curve. But I love my disabled 3-bean salad. He only has 3 toe beans as well. His front paws, all of his pads are all kind of fucked up, for lack of a better term. And his back feet only have 3 beans instead of 4. But his back feet, they're fine. They're just really small. And they're normal feet, except for he has dew claws on, like, the sides of his back ankles. Which is really weird, and every vet is like, what the hell? I love him. He's a derp and he's a lot of trouble, but I love him. And that's why I have the Meowmotes. The Meowmotes are based on Tesla. They are, in a way, a representation of him. Really? It's oh. Okay, I think we might have this kinda right now. We're gonna have to fix all of the line work around here, but I think it's kinda right now. But yeah, Tesla has like 16 nicknames. Nuggets, Nugget, Booble Bap Beans, 3-bean salad, Snugs. You know, the list goes on. Derp Nugget. Yeah, again, this panel is too small. get it right eventually. This is why I always feel a little bit bad drawing on stream, because it always ends up like this. But then people get to see how much work sometimes drawing actually is. Well, fantasy has booped my snoot. It is the boop snoot, like the droop snoot. But it is the snoot that gets booped. The boop snoot. See you later, Ross. I hope you get some stuff done. One of these days I'll figure out how to do a good co-working stream that is still somehow interactive. We can all do some writing together or something. You guys won't see the writing that I'm doing, but we can all just get stuff done. Whether it's cleaning, writing, drawing, knitting, crocheting, commissions, what have you. I'm almost back up to where I was in my savings before I use them all to pay my bills. If I can manage to take on some more commissions in the next month, might be able to make Conquest. I would like to be able to get to a point of commissions where I'm making enough in a month to be able to sustain myself and treat this as a full-time job. That would be the most ideal. Between Twitch and commissions, be able to sustain myself. Of course, with the caveat being that sustain myself with enough money to save up to go to Conquest each year. That shouldn't even be on that layer. That is a separate line work layer. In training? Are you the trainee or the trainer? Finally, I think that arm is right. Oh my lord, that took a long time. These little antlers. Let's grab his outfit design. Whoops, wrong layer. Paste that down there. Out of the way. Our Lagoon is almost done. We just have to do his other hand, his antlers, and his feet. The feet I'm not looking forward to doing. And I have to put some glass behind the bottle. Push it in there. Color. Bottle back. We'll set that at 67% maybe. A little bit less. Of course, we'll color all the line work afterwards too. Back and decided to start lifting weights because okay, training. I have different online training videos and tests I have to do. Like US export compliance. Oh, fun. Oh man. Even that made me yawn just from the description. Man, I'm sorry. Sorry I have to go through that. Yeah, I'm glad I added those trees in the background because they make all the difference. If I turn them off, it's just... Ugh. Let's see if we can do one better with the trees. That'll be good enough. Throw in a little bit of texture. Hour and a half done. About another hour long training. Preventing harassment. Yeah. Jeez, necromancer make yawns are contagious even as emojis. I mean, at least you're getting paid to do it? Question mark? I hope. God, I hope you're getting paid to do it. there. Just gonna merge that down. Apparently just started painting the background. Why? Why do I do this? I didn't intend to start painting the background, it just sort of happened. I just wanted the pine trees to look a little more piney. Went from indistinct blobs to actual pine trees. Shocking. I am better at nature than people. I can't believe how much those do look like pine trees, though. Well, technically spruce. More spruce than pine. Cats are having a battle right next to me. And now they're behind me. Yeah, well, at least you're getting paid to do it, right? Still boring as all get out. Preventing harassment in the workplace. I have a friend who's, being pursued by a girl at work, and he's like, she keeps touching me and stuff. And I've tried to tell her to stop, and she won't stop, but she does things like grab my wrists, or my hips, and stuff. Basically, this guy's being sexually assaulted at work by a girl who just turned 18, and he's 31. And he's like, I can't get her to stop. I've told the boss, and he's told her to stop, but she got worse. And I'm like, bro, you just need to call the police on her and be like, this woman keeps assaulting me. She's 18. She'll learn very quickly not to touch people after being told to not touch people. The cats are so hyper right now. Oh my god. Ugh, my eyes are itchy today. Again, I didn't mean to start working on the background. It just kind of happened. It was just supposed to be a stand-in. But the pine trees are exciting. That's like 10 kinds of uncomfortable, yeah. And of course, you know, it's, he lives in Pennsylvania, and I guess, you know, they're still like, how can a man be assaulted by a woman there? They're like, oh, you know, the young meat. Like, damn, I'd like that ass to touch me. Like, the dude has a girlfriend and everything, so he's like really super uncomfortable with it. And I'm like, bro, you just, she touches you again, just call the police. Just be like, I've had enough. That's it. Oh, yeah. Thanks to the hydrate, Fantasy. Yeah, oh, it's more than possible. Did we learn nothing from Johnny Depp? Like, men can be assaulted too. Please. You want equality, and then you're like, oh, but guys can't be assaulted by women. Men want to be touched. I have a lot of things to say in response to people who say shit like that. No means no, whether you're a man, a woman, or whatever. Tell Cat it will do something, I'm sure. Some people know, for others they'll deny it, yep. Like, it's all on camera. She does it at work. In front of the camera, so it's all there. I've told him, like, next time she does it, you say, do it again, and I will call the police. 'Cause it's assault. And it's like, I just want to go and rip her a new one. Because nobody touches my friends, but I won't set foot in America, so she's lucky. But if I lived anywhere near Pennsylvania, I would be there so fast and be like, you lay a finger on him again, and you won't have any fingers left. At least not straight ones. I helped a friend out on something similar, and the girl quit the job and is scared of me for good reason. Yeah. There are some people they don't understand unless you really, really do something about it. What layer is this? Oh, that's the sketches. So we can destroy that. Throw out that layer. Hello? Throw out that layer. Thank you. This is nameless? Yeah. The trees in the background. Hide my sins. Capless in Pennsylvania, I know. This is not the right brush. Truck noises. What have we learned from our painting practices? That grass is more yellow than green. Look at that change. It's that little bit of growth in our color studies. Like, I was going for a springtime green, but I had, like, completely the wrong shade. Even my shade of the dirt was wrong. Death Sand, nice to meet you. Do you want to know what a useless fun? Want to know? Do you what? Okay. Do you want to know a useless fun fact? If you put sense during speech and translate, put it on Norwegian, it will say Sans Undertales. Huh. Okay. You're right, it is a useless fact. Hi. We have another Norwegian here? Did you come from fantasy? How did you find us? Or are you a strange bot? Silver is Norwegian. Did they bring you in? Or... Oh, you don't know? You just found us? Randomly? Thanks for the hydrate, Neff. There's a posture check and a stretch as well. Unshrimp thine spines. I wonder if Twitch is recommending me to Norwegians because Fantasy's always here. Yep, there we go. Oh, we have our Norwegian contingent here. Hello, nice to meet you. Random is always great. We're pretty chill vibes. I'm a Canadian streamer. I usually start around 9 in the morning Eastern time. We have a lot of Europeans in our chat, and some Americans, the occasional other Canadian. Of course, Neff is one of our definite resident Canadians. One of my fellow pucklings. Otherwise, I'm a LARPer. And my VTuber is also my character for Conquest of Mythodia. In Germany. So we do a combination of LARP, anime, VTubing. Sometimes a little bit of ragging on politics here and there, but very infrequently. We try to keep the depression stuff away from here. We are tropical island Demora, being the species of my character. All descendant from the QB demons. That being the incubus and the succubus demons. But most of their species is interbred with other kinds of demons as well. But so far removed that they're more like a regular human society than demonic. That's the gist of it. You learned trigger discipline before you knew what swear words were. Wow. I don't know if that's an American thing or if that's like a boonies thing. You live in the boonies, Ross? I do know trigger discipline. I took my Canadian firearms safety tests for restricted and non-restricted firearms. So, restricted being things like handguns. You learn from a children's TV show. Oh my god! I have no words for that. That is wild. I mean, great too, important. It's definitely not relevant in Canada because, like, handguns are restricted, so you have to have special licenses to get them. I mean, you have to have a license to get any gun in Canada. But you're allowed to have guns, and there's a list of restricted and non-restricted. So non-restricted has a lot of different rules regarding, like, how ammunition is stored and how they're carried and where they can be used. It was either that also when a cop came to middle school, he had an injured finger and emphasized against being reckless with a firearm. It was either that or TV show or The Pig. The Pig? Do I want to ask that question? I learned English when YouTube was still new as a kid. Oh, cops. Ross, I wanted to be a police officer. Please. I guess Canadian police officers, yes, I understand that. Sometimes cops are referred to as pigs as an insult. I understand this. Like Johnny Lawyer, the 5 it's okay, I'm not offended. Canadian police officers are generally a lot nicer than American police officers. Well, there we go. We've got the Norwegian happening. Well, you came to the right place with your Sans Undertales Norwegian fun fact joke. We found out very quickly that you're a Norwegian. And that there's another Norwegian here. Heard some story about a hostage rescue operation by the GSG-9 German police. Supposedly from one of the civilians. The cops are screaming, "We're pigs, get down, we're pigs." What? Wow. The ice cream truck was calling to you. It's a trap. Don't do it. Just like Admiral Akbar up in here. It's a trap! But yeah, that said, feel free to follow and stick around. If you like art, crafting, European stuff, Canadian stuff, you know, just international. We're a vibe here. We do LARPing, crafting. I'm interested in beekeeping. I just have no way to keep bees. I don't have the money to keep bees because I live in an apartment and I pay rent. My roommate learned recently that if she got a mortgage, that it would actually cost less than the rent, but it would be like one of those 30 years you're locked in for life kind of deals. But when you look at like property taxes and then water, internet, and then local sewer and snow removal, and it starts to add up. Owning a house too, and then in the end you're paying more than your rent. Water and electricity being the most expensive ones, I think. I'm just trying to get rid of all this ghastly wrong green here before we move on to maybe working on Nameless's line art. Redoing it all. Ah. Someone's car alarm is going off. It's amazing how much just slightly tweaking the color really changes the whole thing. Like, this is the green that we had before, and then we switch it to sort of like a yellow green. And it makes all the difference. Gotta get rid of that green. The wrong green. And then we'll figure out the dirt color later. Really? The kitten's being adorable. Oh, I think roommate is awake. I hear movement. Although it could be the wind again. this path has to come all the way to the edges. Because perspective! So what do you do, Death Sand? Are you an artist? You just like watching artwork? Just randomly floating around Twitch? What have you? Exploring? Was it my tags that drew you in? Was it the thumbnail? I'd like to know. Helps me to learn what people are looking out for, which in turn helps me tune my content to something that, you know, people might be more interested in. We've had a few people just find us randomly, and it's either sometimes through the Blue Sky post, sometimes it's just randomly across Twitch. One guy came by because I was drawing a treadmill back early on. He hasn't been back yet. Treadmill Man has not been back. He was an interesting dude. It would be nice if he came back. I wonder what he's up to right now. Beyblade Metal Fusion and Bakugan Battle Brawlers has a Norwegian dub. Huh. Is it good? Let's make this really dark down here. Lagoon lives in a place called the Black Forest. Not to be confused with the one in Germany, but it's a really dark, deep pine forest. Nameless was probably out in this field picking flowers, and Lagoon was coming out to look for herbs. Now they're just hanging out. And that's today's story. We'll get back to that in a bit. God, we've been on for 2 hours already. Train. That's the backpack. We're not quite done with Lagoon yet. I like to darken the wrist wraps a little bit. So on Lagoon, we still have to finish his hand. We need to fix this hand. His inner tunic here, around the chest area. We need to figure out whatever the hell is going on there. Maybe I'm a magnet to the Norwegians. I would not be surprised. Fantasy isn't Elaine from Norway too? Eileen, rather. Character name. Yeah, so on Lagoon we need to finish his chest area, his hand, and his feet, and his antlers. And then Lagoon will be done. Nameless, we've got to basically start over again, which sucks. And if you're wondering, Death, I had to I had to resize this canvas because I made the base image at the wrong resolution. And so I had to redo all of the line art that I had already done. So this was supposed to be the March piece, and I just got so fed up with having to redo all of the line work that I had already completed that it got put off. So, like, I had most of Nameless's head done, and a good portion of Lagoon. And we just got back to the point where Lagoon is mostly done again. I had to fix some stuff up. As for the background, we just added the trees, and we redid the grass and the path. So those are what's changed a lot since March. And this cloud was on the other side, so it was just these two clouds behind one another. And the composition was very unbalanced. When you look at it really small, like postage stamp size now, it looks like a good picture. Before, it did not. But yeah, I have quite a few Norwegians that come by. I've made friends with a number of them. I'm pretty sure that Elaine and Serafina are both Norwegian as well. And they come by every once in a while. And there are a lot of Germans. Because I met them at Conquest of Mythidia in Germany last year, and we just became fast friends, even though I live on the other side of the world. Okay, that's that layer. Glad I still had this layer left. Where's the shoe? Yeah, Lagoon's got some kind of like flip-flop thing going on here. Flip-flop. It might be easier to duplicate this. Put that one down there. Erase that. And then go to this one and erase these. I'm just going to make this a little bit darker. This is just roughing things in. There's no real plan here. Well, there is a plan, but it's not Not a concrete plane. Yep. This was supposed to go for the middle toe and not the big toe. Wait. Good enough. I need to select these layers. Posture check! Unstrip thine spines! Thank you for the posture check, Deathsand. There. The goon's feet are hashed out better, I think. I feel like they're a bit small, but also they're chibis, so they're not exactly to proportion. I think I have to fix Nameless's skin tone. It seems wrong, even though I'm pretty sure it's the right one. Oh yeah, we do have lots of art in progress, and we do a lot of painting practices. So this exercise is to replicate a picture that already exists without picking color directly from the photo. You have to pick only from the color wheel and colors that you've already laid down on your canvas. It is surprisingly difficult. So we've done portraits, clouds, landscapes, hands, a screaming bird with a berry in its mouth. This one's unfinished. So a few of these are unfinished. Should probably close these to save some RAM. I opened these the other day for someone who had shown up. Again, this one's unfinished. I struggle a lot with the nose and mouth area, so I've been picking a lot of portraits lately to practice that, and that has culminated in being able to continue working on this commission piece for Necromancer, who's in the chat here and there. So these ones that I'm still working on, I have remain open. So I still have a lot of blending to do on this one, but it's just about done. And then, of course, our mermaid piece, which we are probably going to finish next week, hopefully. And I also want to convert to an actual, like, painting. So, more painted, like this piece, as opposed to, like, sort of pseudo cel-shaded anime. Because as you can see with the rock, I just want to paint things rather than doing cel shading. Cel shading is something I've never been particularly good at. I much prefer like a soft watercolor shading. Did somebody get in the way of the train? Thanks for the hydrate, Necromancer. I'm out of tea. Thanks for the second hydrate, Necromancer. I at least have iced tea. Can that opened last night and forgot to finish. Ooh. That tastes very lemony after the regular tea. Oops, did I do that? I don't know. Anyone who watches the VOD afterwards will never know if it was actually you or not. Could have been someone else. The only record of it will be in the chat log, but not the one on screen. I don't know why it does that, but it does. It probably has something to do with the integration. Which is sad, because it's messing in the record. He needed a break from training. Fair enough. Look how much we've done, though. Like, we changed the shade of the grass based on the previous learnings of use yellow for your grass. Add yellow into your grass and not green. The more green it is, the less natural it will look. And the pine trees were actually doing pretty well, too. Like, those were just scribbles. I like how they turned out, but they're just scribbles! Lagoon's feet are coming into shape. They're not as blocky and chunky, and then I was about to get started on redoing Nameless's lines. Kappa face. Happy accidents. They were very much happy accidents. Especially after I merged it with the background painting. Like, I wonder if the clouds will do that well if I merge them down, too. Happy little trees, absolutely. I love hearing the train horns. I don't know what changed in regulations, but I never used to hear them. Like, they were so rare. I'm wondering if somebody, like, got hit, and that's why they're blowing the horn more. But either way, I very much enjoy it. It makes me very happy to hear the trains. I wish I lived close enough to the tracks to actually hear them. To hear them on the rails. I would love that so much. My grandparents' place used to back out onto a track that was used for cargo trains. And when I was very little, I spent a little bit of time living with them while my parents were searching for a house in Canada. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Yes, Bob Ross. The god of painting. The god of Zen painting, specifically. But yeah, trains put me to sleep. because when I was a baby, I spent a fair bit of time at my grandparents' place, and I got to hear the train all the time, and it would just lull me to sleep. So, if I'm somewhere and I hear trains, I just feel relaxed. I don't know why. I just trains and train engines and like the wheels on the tracks just make me feel very calm. I very much like it. The place I used to go camping is when I was in Scouts as well. There was a train in the far distance, and you could hear it blowing its horn every once in a while. And when I was having trouble sleeping at camp, I would hear that train, and the next thing I knew, it was morning. No matter how much pain I was in from arthritis, my youthful arthritis. The train would always put me to sleep whenever I was having trouble. It was mostly camping, and I get cold and in pain because my circulation is poor, and I have arthritis. I was diagnosed with arthritis when I was 3. And it just continued my whole life. Sometimes juvenile diagnoses go away, like childhood jaundice goes away usually. Childhood asthma, some people lose it, and same with like allergies and stuff. But for me, the arthritis just stayed. So I'm stuck with it. I don't think I know what a day feels like to not be in pain. So even though camping is hard and painful, I still really enjoy it. The memories are good vibes. Even that time I nearly tore my knee to shreds. It left me with permanent damage. Train. It's nice and cold today too. So it's like almost autumn vibes. It's 8 degrees. Feels like 5. The high is 10, feels like 6 Celsius. So it's nice and cold, and I love it. I just live for the cold. Two and a half hours going already. Wow. Just looking at Nameless, I'm like, I don't want to redraw it all. I'm procrastinating, can you tell? And the sooner I get it done, the sooner I can put it up as a print. I just have to remember that. Ah! Don't inhale your drinks, guys. Nope, couldn't tell it all. I'm just procrastinating very hard. I wonder where Pastel Jewels went. They came, they saw, they followed. They haven't said anything in a while. Maybe they had to go. Understandable. I do stream at a time when people are mostly at work. I picked hard mode. I don't have boobas. I'm a male VTuber. Well, male character VTuber. And I stream during work hours. On weekdays only. I just like to pick hard mode, okay? It's like living the 38 years without the ADHD diagnosis. Just put life on hard mode. I'm gonna stand up and stretch for a bit. And everybody should stand up and stretch. Make sure you get some movement in. Can we raid Rhapsodity? I don't know who that is. What do they do? I'm not going to end stream right now. I'm just going to stand up and stretch a little bit. And maybe make some more tea because it's cold. I don't want to drink something that's chilled. I would like to be warm. Maybe get a blanket for my lap. I have to stand up every once in a while because I also risk blood clots. And getting up and walking around for a few minutes is really good for making sure you're not going to get blood clots. Oh, you're leaving? Well, thanks for coming by. Please make sure to follow so you know when I go live. If you enjoyed your time here and meeting the other Norwegian, maybe next time you come, the other Norwegians will be here. But it was nice meeting you. I stream Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Time, whatever that is, whether it's daylight savings or not. A GMT -5. But it was nice meeting you. I am going to get up and I'm going to move around and make some tea. So I will mute my mic and I will go do that. See you in a few minutes, guys. I'm back. I got lunch. A leftover pizza from Victoria Day. Fantasy, you left, and the other Norwegian, they left. Death left. Merci. Death left, but did not follow. Sad. I was hungry. Also, Sai had chili peppers put on her pizza. Not like chili peppers, but like chili flakes. And they put them on my pizza too. Alright, you were on a phone call. There's the train again. Toaster oven didn't heat my pizza enough. I have to go nuke it for a moment. 20 seconds to do. Mathis, are you after my pizza? I have to grab my phone and see if I can get a photo of Velcro being super adorable. He has perched himself on top of the kitchen cabinets. Blanket fleas don't get cut under the wheels. Alright. Send those to myself, and then we will wow, great move from Lord. He was being adorable. Cat. But look at him! Look at him! Oh, here he comes. He smells the pizza. Velcro has arrived, and so has Rivy, and Mathis, of course. Oh, you cooked pizza? How dare you not provide any to us? Yes, Velcro is... He is a handsome little ravioli, isn't he? I don't know why, but, like, I end up associating all the cats with pasta in some way. Well, let me fix my avatars doing weird things again. It's because I moved. Like, Mathis is one of those big manicottis that you stuff with cheese. And, Velcro was a ravioli. And then Rivy's a spaghetti. And then Tesla's, like, one of those, like, crazy spiral noodles, or, like, some jank elbow macaroni. Pasta cats. Mathis? You're putting your paws on my hips where it's the sore part. But yes, it is lunchtime. So I'm going to have lunch with you guys. It's like a mukbang, except you can't see what I'm eating. Does somebody want to check out that Rhapsodity person for me and see what they do? Mathis, I already gave you a piece of bacon. I would paint this picture, but it would be very boring. There's like 3 colors. There's black, white, and gold. It's weird that his eyes look so green right there. I wonder if Death was just looking for people to go to this Rhapsodity person, so they go in, participate in a chat for a little while, and then when it seems like the person's gonna end, they're like, "Oh hey, can you raid my friend?" It's like subtle advertising. And I get it. It's hard to grow. It's really hard. But I usually stream for longer than 2.5 hours. So that person's probably going to be done before I finish. But thank you, Necromancer, for checking that out for me. I do like to vet people before I raid them. Because I've seen some people, they're like, oh, this person's content looks kind of good. Okay, we'll raid them. And then it turns out that, like, they raid someone that's, like, totally antithetical to the things they believe in. And it turns off their chat. And I've seen that happen before, where it's like, oh, why did you raid this person? They're not good. you know, they're not a good person, or you know, they have like these weird beliefs. And so I like to make sure I know who I'm raiding first. So, like, I'll go check them out later if they're still going, but I believe in supporting other small creators because lifting everybody else up around you is important. That's why I like LARP, because it's about making the experience better for others, not just yourself. Because if you're trying to be the main character in a LARP, you're not really going to have any fun because everybody's going to be mad at you, and they're not going to have any fun, and then you're not going to have any fun because they're not having fun, and the whole point is to have fun and play together. It's like basic kindergarten shit, man. Kindergarten was great. I miss kindergarten. I miss just like being a vibe, doing your thing, but still learning something new. I think that's why I like streaming, is because it's kind of like that. It's like show and tell. Even though I was always very shy and didn't much like show and tell, because I had to stand up in front of people and tell them things, and hated it. I would like purposely forget to bring things, quote unquote, forget, for show and tell, so I didn't have to do it. So I made Max to be a support character. He's super curious about everything in the new land he's in. And he just wants to share his stories and just have fun. Yep. My character just ended up there because. But he's like, you know what? There are no other Demora here, and slavery is illegal. I am cool with this. I like this place. I'm free. Woo! That's basically his vibe. It took him a while to realize that and learn that. He's like, oh, you know, I've got this debt I've got to pay off. And, I didn't even ask to be saved. Bloody humans always trying to make a profit. What is this money stuff everybody's so obsessed with? And then he hangs out with the other Fae. I say the other Fae, but just the Fae. Because he's not Fae. Although everyone's like, oh, you got pointy ears, you must be a Fae. And it's like, no, I'm a demon. For no reason, here's a hug. I like hugs. Hugs are great. I'm an incubus that doesn't like being touched, but hugs are great. In reality, I like hugs. Nameless, on the other hand, he's like, you touch him, he's like, he just hisses at you. Mathis isn't even alarmed by my random hissing. He's just looking up at me. He's like, you have pizza? Let's give him a little piece of chicken. Yeah, go on. I think he enjoyed that chicken. Yep. I almost have enough to buy the plane tickets for Mythidia again. And then it'll be hotel, possibly new boots. Because my tabby, they got wrecked. Which is why I want to get some prints done so that people have something instead of just like donating or subscribing or whatever. Like, I want people to have a thing, you know? Even if they have to print it themselves, like, I just want them to have a thing. Same with Max. He has some trauma from his old place. Kind of just wants to suppress it and not talk about it. Yep. Oh, Nameless talks about it. He didn't talk to anyone for 700 years. He just pretended he didn't understand the language so that he didn't have to outwardly obey. They're like, oh, this thing doesn't understand what we say. Whatever, we'll just use it anyways. He's like, if they think I don't understand them, they won't bother me with as many orders. But I think I might create a document for other people that may want to play Demora. Because it's not like he's the only one. He's just the only one at Mythodia right now. But there is potential for there to be more Demora. It's weird because I actually wrote the Demora to fit in with the Reckoning world. Because, like, I wasn't interested in anything, like, any of the factions at Reckoning, which is why, like, I chose, like, the turquoise color for him. It's not a color I would normally choose. And I was like, well, red, yellow, blue, and green are already taken. Purple is, like, non-combatant. And most people don't really like pink, and that's too close to red. And, like, the green is like a forest green, usually. Like, just green. And the blue is like blue. So I was like, well, go in between. We gotta make a turquoise. Whereas the yellow team tends to have, like, a bunch of variations of yellow and orange. Which is why the Demora color is turquoise. Because I was like, oh, it would be fun to create something for this world, since I'm never going to go anyways. And now everything that's happening between Canada and the US, it's just like, I'm never going to set foot in that country. Ever. Until things are really very much fixed, which they probably won't be. Yeah, so chance to go into Reckoning, slim to none. And then I won the ticket to Mythodia. And I was like, oh, well, I'll just convert Nameless to work in that world. And I didn't really have to do much. And I went there basically not knowing what his personality was, because I don't think even he knew. Other than, I don't like to obey. But I have no choice. And I dislike humans and other Demora. Specifically, he's more afraid of women than men. But he also prefers men to women. That the Demora society was, like, matriarchal. Quite a lot in the ways that you see societies that tend to be very, very patriarchal. You know, women are, less than animals, kind of. And for his society, it was the opposite. And in a way, kind of like, more like bees than anything else when I think about it. Where they have one queen that runs one of the 9 islands. So there's technically 9 queens, and everybody follows that, the queen of their island. And the females are more of the, like, workers and guards, you know, the fighting ones. Whereas the males tend to be more like the craftsmen and artisans. And the child rearers, ones that stay at home. House husbands. Except they don't form family units. It's just like the Demora raise all kids together kind of thing. So, like, their society doesn't have a concept like marriage. Just, like, pairs. Just bonded pairs. So, like, most Demora will have multiple partners. They could have children with multiple partners, but sometimes there are Demora who are like, no, I like this one, and this other one really likes me, and we're just gonna choose to be exclusive together. And that's when they take a shell, like a scallop shell or some other bivalve, and they split it so they have the 2 halves of one set. And in a way, that's kind of like their wedding ring vibe, analogous kind of thing. Words. Analogous, that's what I was trying to say. It's analogous to a wedding ring. Whereas you can just give someone a half shell, and that's a token of friendship. So, like, that's someone you trust. So at, like, Mythodia, there are a few people that have a shell, or a half shell from Nameless. So, like, the people who helped him remove his collar, a couple of companions that he made and met throughout the game. But, like, Fox and Crow don't have shells. But the head of the Crimson Company does. And he gave one away as an alchemical ingredient. Somebody needed alchemy ingredients, and he's like, well, I guess you can have this shell. I mean, it's just a regular shell. There's nothing magical about it. It's just a seashell. I forget why I went on this tangent. We were talking about characters and trauma and stuff. And... Right. Yeah. I was going to make a document setup so that people can play Demora if they wish. It's so quiet. Hello? There are lurkers here. I know you're lurking. Fantasy coming in with a hydrate to break the silence. Maybe I'll do the 3D modeling lessons today. Hopefully I can get to a point where I'll make a throwable lumpfish so you can just huck them at me and a whole stream of them and make squeaky noises when they hit me. Gotta have something that you can use your points on. I know Arcade Memory has a couple of throwable commands, and they're pretty pricey. The really big one that throws like 50 or something items at her all at once was like 5K. Black cat running over the screen. Oh. That would be a lot. That one to animate. Training finally done. Woo! Party! Boots, cats, cats. Sorry, when I started streaming, that's 3 hours and 6 minutes of training. Gotta love corporate America. In a way, this is my corporate America job. I get paid by the Bezos. Well, the lack of sleep caught up with me, especially now that I've eaten. It's the post-prandial dip. I keep saying perennial, but I think it's prandial. No, I know I shouldn't perform any harassment, violate any export compliance laws, and that I shouldn't give out company IP to strangers. Look, you would think these things are obvious, but to some people, I question, you know, how our species got this far sometimes. You'll look at some people on the internet, and you're just like, why? How? I've been educated, Pepe, please. Yeah. Look, there's this thing going around TikTok right now where they're like, if you save $0.25 a day, that's $10K a year. Let that sink in. And I'm like, bitch, if you saved $1 a day, it would be $365 a year. What is a quarter of that? A lot fucking less! Like, oh, holy shit, how do you get 10K from 25 cents a day? For 365 days. Now math really ain't gonna math. I'm just like, there are people who believe this, and they are pushing it, and they actually believe it. They're not pushing it because they want, like, outrage bait. They actually believe it. And I'm like, I'm scared Mathis. that one quote. Now I know why roosters wake up screaming. People believe in manifestation, that's true. I'm just like, oh Lord, my soul. I can feel it being drained out through my pores. Ugh. Not even drained out, just like sucked out of my pores. The sheer vacuousness of these people. Ugh. There's anguish. Ugh. Either that was the wind again, or I woke my roommate up with my scream. It's okay, it's noon. She can get up. Also, hi, Cheese. How you doing? Oh, Fantasy is booped monk mode. The boopening begins. I wonder if the scream will draw out any of the lurkers. I'll be like, what the hell was that? I wake you up. I'll wake you up yet. I know we're chill vibes here most of the time, but sometimes I just need to scream. Mathis! He can't stay away for long. He knows there's leftover pizza here. Fine, I'll give you a little bit of the chicken again. Here you go, buddy. Here's some chicken. Yeah, good boy. But no more for you. You ever get that thing where you, like, eat a piece of food and it's, like, sharp? And it's just, like, every time you chew, like being stabbed. I hate that. That's what just happened with the crust. I'm on the last little bit. But it has cooled off and become stabby. Ah, sharp cheddar. It's stab cheese. Oh! Just send a meowder my way. Bounce off my horns. I like that they bounce off of me. I think that's great. It makes me happy. Yeah! Pineapple on pizza! There was indeed pineapple on my pizza. Now we are a pineapple on pizza safe space here. You are welcome to dislike pineapple on pizza. However, it is a protected group in my chat. Pineapple on pizza lovers are all welcome here. I mean, I'm a tropical demon. What do you expect? Of course, we put pineapple on our pizza. Hi, Bella. Ah! Food. That's my meal for the day. Although I did have a piece of toast earlier. At the start of stream. Velcro. My avatar doesn't like turning that far. Wait, no. Wait, no. Hey, Malus. Boop. I boop their snoots. Man, your internet is terrible, Ross. I'm so sorry. Also, I think my mom was watching the stream today. I don't know if she actually got it working, but a say mom it might be here. Of course, mon frère Mage is here. Monk mode. I call him Cheese, is his nickname. He is my brother, and therefore frère Mage. Hee hee. If you speak French, you know that's brother and cheese. Frère and fromage together. It's a portmanteau of two words. Oh, God, that one had some hang time there. Thanks for the hydrate. More delicious warm tea. Just pressed my face against the mug like, oh yeah. Ooh. It's so warm. Yes. It's so warm. We're at the chat part of our chat. I'm very much procrastinating working on Nameless. And I don't know why. I'm gonna have to redo his eyes. His head shape is wrong, too. The more I look at it, the more problems I see. I'm sad that there wasn't another Level Up LARP this year. I would have very Much enjoyed it. I had a whole plan. I planned ahead this time. I designed all sorts of things. But then the Brandywine Festival took it all up. Took away the chances. Took away the time. Now. Matt is a sleeper. I am sleepy. I'm a sleepy say. I'm just waiting for Ross's chat to come through. What do we think? I think a plan is just a list of things that don't happen. If we die alone. And that is very true. A plan is a list of things that don't happen. It is very accurate. You know, it'd be fun to redo this picture with proper proportions. And by which I mean probably just shrink the heads down. Because everything else is right. You just need to shrink the heads down. I have a tendency to put a lot of detail into my chibis. I know a lot of people, when they do chibis, they super simplify things. And I just, for some reason, cannot do that. I can't bring myself to do it. Within the context of the conversation, very apropos given how two seconds later the final shootout then kicks off. Fair enough. Alright. Turn off that layer. I'm just making sure I know everything of what's on each layer here. Rename a bunch of layers. Maybe if I start by making sure all my layers are named, I'll get to it. Just start somewhere, right? More truck noises. I mean, I would assume it being the final shootout in a film called The Way of the Gun. Yeah. Also, this quote stuck in my head from the film: "Karma is only justice without satisfaction." I don't believe in justice. Sometimes I have to step in my life like, wow, Ross, you're kind of messed up. I mean, humanity's messed up, so really unsurprising. We live in a society. It's funny because I haven't even seen that film. Oh. It's cat time. I have a Velcro. Just when I finally got to work, buddy. You wrapped up in a blanket now? Cat is cat. Oh. And now he's in my arms. He's a fluffy baby. That's always how it works. Just when I finally get to doing the thing, and it's like, nope. Nope, you don't get to work today. You wanted to finish this chibi today? No. Not allowed. Hi, cutie. Yeah? Ooh. You know, chin rub. Yeah? Well then, we all know what time it is. It is cat ASMR time. That's what Descent gets for leaving. He doesn't get cat ASMR time. Yep. I love how my character's mouth is just trying to work with purrs.
And I promise I am not the one purring. That would be weird. I hope you guys at least enjoy this. I think he's falling asleep in my arms. Ruby hears Rumi awake. He must hear her because he's meowing at her door. It's just so wonderful. And I don't want to leave this place. So somehow I have to make this work. I'll have to ask Evan for some advice. You hear that? Cats and trains. I think it's raining. What a day. The cries of absolute agony and torture. Oh, yes. It's so cute. Revy? Do you hear your mom? Meow. And he does this thing where, you know how a cat, like, sticks up his tail straight up when it's happy to see you? Well, his just goes forward. He doesn't just stand up straight. He's so happy all the time that his tail is, like, forward along his back. He's just a happy bean. Hi, Val. Ruby is now playing with the boxes. The box that, the cot that Zio funded, is, on the floor behind me. And the cats like to rub against it, and it's just big enough for them to, like, crawl forward into. Hello. Vel has decided to wake up. Alright. I think we're going to end stream here and maybe go raid Evan. Because Evan is on, and Evan usually hangs out with us in the morning while we're doing our art practices. I'm glad that I was able to use some of the knowledge I gained from one of those practices in this piece by fixing the grass color that was bothering me so much. And that's why we do these practices. I would not have expected that the grass in that picture was mostly yellow. And by that picture, I mean this one. That's all yellow. There's no green in there. And I would not have expected that. Oh, there's very little green. It's more yellow than green. It's like a mustard yellow. It's really strange. The way, like, your eyes compensate. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you eating a cardboard? Don't eat a cardboard. If the cot is broken, I might have to return it, buddy. I need the box. Don't eat it. So, I'm glad that we were able to use some of what we learned. And we got a cute picture of Velcro. Save this file. We will maybe continue working on it tomorrow. I'll probably work on it some more today, because I would like to get it done and available for people. If I do at least the line work today, we can do like shading and highlights and stuff tomorrow, which will be nice. And I might have to like clip the background and do all sorts of magic and stuff there to separate the layers, so it's not just one painting, so that we can do a better job with the sky and whatnot. So, / raid Evan Blair art. So we are off sailing to other waters once again. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you, Necromancer, for hosting yet another party at the inn, the Eternal Party. The subscription party. I'm Mewjuice. We're just raiding out. But thank you for coming by. We'll be back again tomorrow as usual, at the usual time. But if you want to hang out, we do, of course, have the Discord. And, yeah. I'll see you guys later. I need to rescue my box from the cat because he's trying to eat it. I'll see you guys next time. I love you. Bye-bye.